Your hat's big.
Really? Not big? Oh,
You going shopping?
stop! Not there, not there! Oh wait, are you really?
Hey, look at you. March on, David. Thank you. Please be seated. On behalf of the faculty, I welcome you to the law school commencement exercises. It's customary for the Dean just to say a few words. It's significant for me, but they'll be short because this is the day for you. It's your day to celebrate with family and friends. But for me, it's a special privilege for this class because it was in the second year of my deanship that I decided that I should teach a little torts again. And very small subgroup, about 40 of you, came in early on those mornings to hear about torts. I got to know you well. And through you, I got to know this class well. So I feel especially that I'm close to you, but also that I will miss you from the halls, from the corridors, from the classrooms, and seeing you in and about this wonderful law school. As President Wagner said, you haven't arrived here today without the loving support and sacrifice of those who are sharing the day with you. And you can never give enough thanks. So I want you to stand again and vigorously applaud all those mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters, spouses, and others. Thank you. Done with appropriate gusto. And I hope that you celebrated with your mothers yesterday, because it was Mother's Day, and it's very important that you showed her all of your love. Now, sitting around me are my colleagues on the law school faculty, and they made sure, as you well know, that you are working hard and that you have mastered this exacting discipline of the law. But more, they gave you insights into and a passion for the operation of justice in our society. So please give them a round of applause. Thank you. Now, there are a few occasions in life when we can pause to remember the past, savor the moment, and take the pulse of the future. This is one. You've worked hard, as you know, to deserve this day. And occasions like this are separated from the hurly-burly and humdrum of life. We wear these robes. We engage in this old ritual from the Middle Ages. You're connected to this university with this great social role that it has in civilizing public life and advancing learning, and also in the personalized function of universities in enriching our individual lives. Our time here allows us to grow, permitting us a fuller capacity to live fully considered and happy lives. I want you to remember the conversations you've been introduced to over the last 3 years. Remember this law school as a place of broad and generous friendships. Remember the years as a font of refreshment, giving you a better understanding for the potentiality of your life. Now, this is a law school, as you will have heard, from the pipes of deep Scottish heritage. It is a law school of Bobby Jones, the great golfer. So it's with that Scottish heritage in mind that I thought of Robbie Burns, that revered son of Scotland. Robbie Burns said it best in his song about friendships over time, of separations in those friendships and then coming together after time, across seas, across places. And for this Robbie Burns piece, I'd like to call on my colleague, Professor George Shepherd.
Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and days of old lang syne? For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne, we'll take a cup of kindness yet for days of old lang syne. We twae hae run aboot the braes and put the gowans fine, but we've wandered many a weary fit since days of old lang syne. And we twae paddled in the burn frae morning sun till dine. But seas between us braid hae roared since days of old lang syne. For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne, we'll take a cup of kindness yet for days of old lang syne.
Professor Shepherd said it much better than I could, and so thank you very much, George, and thank you to the pipers. In the fourth verse, of course you all know the song. There's some mention of this. So from that fourth verse, you should always give a hand to thine, O Emory, trusty friend. Always give a hand of yours to an Emory trusted friend. I want to thank the Student Marshal, Erin East, and Commencement Marshals, Ethan Rosenzweig and Cass Blackburn. I have the honour of asking our Alumni Association President, Harley Cohn, to take the podium. Harley is a graduate of Emory's law class of 1990 and is ending her first of her two-year term as president of the Emory Alumni Association. She is a litigation partner here in Atlanta at the firm of King & Spalding, where she focuses on personal injury and product liability cases. Harley serves as chairperson of the Women Senior Associate Council Affinity Group, and she chairs the task force on developing best practices for transitioning to and from maternity leave. As an alumni president, Harley has travelled with me to visit alumni throughout the country, and as you enter our alumni community, I can think of no one better to represent Emory Law than she. Harley, a few remarks for our graduating alumni. Thank you.
Thank you. I wanted to welcome you to this very special day in your life. I sat in these same seats, the dean kind of gave it away, 20 years ago. And I know what you're thinking. You're all thinking there's no way she could have graduated 20 years ago today. But I now have the privilege of serving as the president of the Emory Law Alumni Board and representing the Emory Alumni Association here at Commencement. And when I found out that it was my job to speak at Commencement, I became rather concerned because I wanted to provide words of wisdom. But this year I was particularly even more concerned because I know for you, many of you, your future seems a little uncertain. And I didn't want to be too full of promises, but I didn't want to forget to recognize all that you have in front of you. So I decided on a few lessons learned. First, I wanted you to recognize that success in the legal profession is really dependent on what you put into it. While this may be hard to believe now, it's not totally dependent on how well you did in law school. This may not be the right place to say that, but that is one of my lessons learned. Ultimate success is dependent on hard work and perseverance. Be inquisitive, be proactive, and find what you really love to do. Because when you find that, you will be successful. But let your career take different turns along the way, because that's the way it's supposed to be. I wanted to acknowledge and want you to recognize that you've been given a gift by this Emory Law degree. Please use your degree to give back to your community. There are many, many opportunities, and they are endless, as are your skills that you can to provide to them. And finally, I want you to remain committed to Emory Law School. You will be fulfilled if you do so, because today I welcome you to a community of almost 10,000 people. And so I ask you as an alum, be an active member of an association. If you're moving to a city where there is an active body, please join it. If you're moving someplace else, there are many ways for you to stay committed, and our community of alum can only be as strong as the amount of time, energy, and effort that you put into it. So stay in touch with us. Please keep us informed of your accomplishments and your achievements, as there will be many. And remember, we're only an email or a Twitter away. You'll learn more about Emory Law Connecting, and it's an alumni want to be helpful to you through the challenges you face. We're prepared to serve you in any way we can. And I hope that the Alumni Association makes a stronger bond with you, with Emory, than you've had even in the 3 years that you've been here. So please come back to Gambrell Hall to visit, to serve on a committee, to fulfill a continuing education requirement, or to simply reminisce. And I want to leave you with a short poem that I actually read at my high school graduation. My daughter asked me the other day what I was going to say, and I said I was actually going to say something that I said at my high school graduation. And she said, "Boy, Mommy, that's a long time ago." But I think the words are as important as they were then as they are today. So, here goes. I'd dare to make more mistakes next time. I'd relax, I would limber up. I'd be sillier than I have been this trip. I would take fewer things seriously, and I would take more chances. I would climb more mountains and swim more rivers. I would eat more ice cream and less beans. And I would perhaps have more actual troubles, but fewer imaginary ones. You see, I'm one of those people who live life sensibly and sanely, hour after hour, day after day. Oh, I've had my moments, and if I had to do them all over again, I'd have more. In fact, I try to have nothing else, just moments one after another, instead of living so many years ahead of each day. I've been one of those people who never goes anywhere without a thermometer, a hot water bottle, a raincoat, and a parachute. If I had to do over again, I would travel lighter than I have. If I had my life to do over, I would start barefoot earlier in the spring and stay later in the fall. I would go to more dances. I would ride more merry-go-rounds. I would pick more daisies. Nadine Stair, age 85. You have your life to live now. Please go pick some daisies, and congratulations on this very special day.
Holly, thank you for that. It's a rather more eloquent version of what Arnold Schwarzenegger told me this morning. I asked Nicole Brisbane and Max Klipchek to the third-year class gift to make a special presentation. Nicole and Max.
Good morning, class of 2010. Family and friends and faculty, thank you all for being here with us today. My name is Nicole Brisbane, and this is my partner in crime, Max Klipchek, and we've had the honor and privilege of serving as this year's class gift committee chairs. Max and I were tasked about 100 days ago with making sure that the class of 2010 left our mark on Emory Law School. And when they told us that we were going to be the chairs of the class gift committee, we had to overcome a few hurdles. One, we had to convince Max that it wasn't the faculty's gift to us as graduating students. And two, that we couldn't leave a fish tank on the first floor. Sorry, Maxie. However, once we decided that we were going to make sure that our legacy was felt long after we left, the class gift committee wanted to find some areas of improvement in the law school where we felt like we could make a lasting impression. Today, the class gift will benefit two of Emory's most important programs in our humble opinion. The Loan Repayment Assistance Program helps students who take careers in the public interest field to pay back their loans after graduation. In addition, the clinical programs have helped students at Emory get practical experience with the law. Some of these clinical programs that will benefit include the Barton Policy and Juvenile Defender Clinic, the International Human Rights Clinic, and the Turner Environmental Clinic. We understand that it was a tough economic year, yet our students came through with shining colors. We set a lofty goal of raising $100,000, something that had never been done. And with the hard work of two groups that I'm about to recognize, we've made quite an impact. Will the members of the class of 2010 gift committee please stand and be recognized for your hard work? Additionally, if there are any members of the Loan Repayment Assistance Program Committee, will you also stand at this time and be recognized? The 2010 Class Gift Committee is proud to present Dean Bartlett and the faculty of Emory Law with a check for $107,025. Thank you, class of 2010, and all of our donors who believed in our cause.
Thanks, sir. I want to show you this again. What an outstanding gift, and so many thanks to you. If I only had the words of Robbie Burns. Perhaps George Shepard can get up here and give us another rendition. But it really is just magnificent, and thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I know my faculty joins me in that. I've mentioned the excellence and dedication of my colleagues on the faculty. Each year, this university presents its highest prizes for excellence in teaching. 4 awards are given, one in the humanities, social sciences and natural sciences, one in the professional schools, rotated amongst the various schools at Emory. The Emory Williams Teaching Awards were originally established in 1972 by Mr. Emory Williams, an emeritus trustee and distinguished graduate of Emory College class of 1932. The prizes carry a cash gift of $2,000. They were conceived as an encouragement or reward for fostering participation, inquiry, creative expression in the classroom, providing a model for teaching and scholarship, and serving as a friend and counsellor to students. The award for professional schools particularly is designed to recognise a person who conveys in the classroom and exemplifies in life and service the very highest standards of the profession. Far from a popularity prize, the award should consider a teacher who embodies the very best that the professional school has to offer. Previous award recipients have been Professor William Ferguson in 1979, Professor Richard Dornberg in 1985, Professor Frank Alexander in 1991, Professor Richard Freer in 1997, Professor John Whitty in 2002, Professor Howard Abrams in 2006, Professor David Biederman 2007, Professor Bill Busby 2008, and Professor Robert Shapiro 2009. This year, the award goes to my colleague, Professor Charlie Shaner. Charlie. Let me just say a few words about Professor Shaner. He richly deserves this award, as you know. His achievements, skills and abilities as a scholar and teacher inspire all of us. Professor Shaner is an expert in constitutional law, labour and employment law of national stature. He has in recent years crafted an outstanding reputation in teaching in the field of the law relating to terrorism. His vision and energy led to the establishment of our well-regarded humanitarian law clinic. In his 35 years at the law school, students have been at the centre of his work. He's regarded as a wonderful classroom teacher, but even more as a mentor and advisor to generations of our students. While you're here and while you're out of here, he will always be a mentor and advisor. In a galaxy of stars, Professor Shaner's light shines bright. Let me give you your award. Professor Shaner.
Thank you, Dave.
The Ben F. Johnson Teaching Award is a triennial award given by faculty and students of the law school to encourage and recognise excellence in teaching and commitment to legal education in the university. We have 2 winners this year. The winners are Professor Peter Hay and Professor Nat Kazansky. Professor Hay cannot be in attendance today, but Professor Richard Freer would like to accept the award on behalf of Professor Peter Hay. Rich. He's going to take good care of that, I think. I don't think there's any more room left on Professor Rich Freer's wall to hang more diplomas. And on behalf for Professor Nat Kazansky, who also cannot be in attendance, his daughter, the Honourable Michelle Kazansky Harrison, will accept for him. Michelle is Associate Judge of the Douglas County Juvenile Court. Sure. Now, the graduating class makes selections of various awards, and I call on the new SBA President, Rachel Fox, class of 2011, to come to the podium to present these awards. Rachel.
Good morning. My name is Rachel Fox, and I'm the incoming president of the Student Bar Association here at Emory Law School. On behalf of the entire student body, I'd like to welcome all of the friends and family that are with us this morning. And I'd also like to congratulate the class of 2010. You all have made a huge impact on this school over the last 3 years, helping to propel Emory to its highest level of achievement yet. So thank you and congratulations. And while we know you won't be coming here every day anymore, we hope you won't stay too far away. I am honored today to present 3 awards: the Minister Gloria Jean Fowler Angel Award, the Most Outstanding Third-Year Student Award, and the Most Outstanding Professor Award. The class of 2010 voted on the recipients of each of these awards. First, the Miss Jean Angel Award. The Miss Jean Award, named for Gloria Jean Fowler, honors the student who most exemplifies the quality of a member of the Emory Law family, who left an incredible spirit of caring when she passed away in 1997. Miss Jean worked for 42 years as an Emory employee, 9 of them as the law school snack bar manager. Miss Jean left a legacy of compassion, spirit, and strength of character, and the recipient of this award exemplifies this legacy. It is my pleasure to present the Miss Jean Award to Mr. Brandon Goldberg. Each year, the Most Outstanding Third-Year Student Award is given to someone who has been an overall outstanding leader, achiever, and contributor to the Emory Law community. This year's recipient will speak shortly on behalf of the class of 2010. As the outgoing Student Bar Association president, this recipient has been an extraordinary leader, both among his class and the entire school. His dedication, hard work, and involvement have been unwavering. All of the students in Emory Law look up to this man. While the school will not be the same without him, we're sure he'll stay involved in our community, and we won't be surprised to see his name on a ballot sometime soon. It is my honor to present to you the Most Outstanding Third-Year Student Award to Mr. Jason Estevez.
Thank you so much. Whew. Class of 2010, we made it! I don't know about you, but I have the wrinkles under my eyes. The tan is covering the gray hairs on my head. But the piece of paper we will be receiving shortly makes up for it all. Thank you, Rachel, for that introduction. On behalf of the class of 2010, I'd like to thank Dean David Partlett, the faculty, and the staff for all that they have done to help us get to this point. I'd especially want to recognize and thank our parents, families, significant others, and friends for their love, their patience, and support throughout the last 3 years. You have truly played an instrumental role in our success, and we could not have done it without you. And I know this from personal experience. So thank you. It has certainly not been easy for us, though. I knew we were going to be okay, however. The first day of orientation, when we were at Oakhurst Community Garden, sweating in 110 degrees weather, some of us dressed in business casual, by the way, and we were still talking about where we were going that night to get to know each other better. We've stuck together ever since. We survived 1L year, a year that was full of 16-hour study days and a healthy dose of partying. During our second year, we experienced the historic presidential election that served as a healthy alternative to our usual distractions of Facebook, Gmail, and online shopping. Our third year left us with a better appreciation for the state of our economy. And we continue to feel the effect of one of the worst economic recessions in our country's history. However, it is under similar conditions that former President Bill Clinton told a group of graduates that, quote, "The world is full of people that can talk about a problem, but we have a shortage of people that can do something about it." I know that we do not have a shortage of those people with the class of 2010. When we arrived at Emory Law, the school was trying to build momentum towards strengthening its reputation as one of the best law schools in the country. The class of 2010 gave it that momentum. From the beginning, this class was dedicated to making the most of our law school experience and ensuring that we left this school in a better position than when we arrived. For example, our first year of law school, when we were still wide-eyed and knew little about how the law school operated, Stacy Tolos, a classmate of ours, with the input of a group of us, put together an 8-page memo. This was our 1L year. 8-page memo for Dean Partlick suggesting improvements for the first year experience. I am happy to report that most of those suggestions have been implemented by this law school. Our class has also excelled in the classrooms of the professors behind me, all while planning the biggest and the best events and celebrations this law school has ever seen. We worked to improve the law school's 3 journals, moot court and mock trial, all while expanding the impact of the law school student organizations on both the university and Atlanta communities. And earlier, you just heard our class gift chairs, Nicole Brisbane and Max Klepchak, announce that despite the economy, whoa, I do not have this memorized, sorry. Thank you. That despite the economy, our class came together to raise over $100,000, the largest class gift in this school's history. And these are just a couple of examples of our countless endeavors that will impact the law school long after we leave. And I say this not to stroke our egos, because our families know we don't need much help with that. But I say it because it highlights what makes us so special. And I know I sound biased when I say that, but I have numerous professors, administrators, and people from other classes that will confirm it. We are leaders, we are ambitious, and when we see an issue or a problem, we do something about it. These qualities translate perfectly into the next phase of our lives. They will ensure that we succeed whether we work in the public sector, in the private sector, in a legal job, or a non-legal job. These are difficult times, and no one will argue with that. But that's when our class does its best. We have the unique opportunity to do what we did here at Emory around the country, and that's to make it a better place. So when we finish up the bar in July, let's pound the pavement and hit the ground running just like we did here. Let's do like Arnold Schwarzenegger said, and stay hungry. But as we go to different parts of the country to do great work, don't forget about where you came from. And I'm not talking about where you were raised. I'm talking about this place, this group of people, the class of 2010. As Student Bar Association president, I saw the power of our class and the incredible things we were able to accomplish when we worked together. So I urge you to stay connected. And I'm not necessarily talking about money, because we all know we have given plenty so far. I'm talking about serving as a mentor for an Emory Law student, staying involved with student organizations you enjoyed while you were here, and most importantly, keeping in touch with us, your class. Because when we reflect on our experiences in the future, I know that we simply won't think about our future colleagues we met here, or the invaluable education we received inside and outside the classroom. We'll think about the lifelong friends we received as a result. Thank you so much for this honor, and I look forward to not only keeping in touch, but seeing what the future has in store for the class of 2010. Good luck and congratulations.
Finally, it is my great honor to introduce Professor Frank S. Alexander, the recipient of this year's Outstanding Professor Award. The award is given each year to a faculty member who has been an outstanding teacher, advisor, and contributor to students' education and quality of life. Professor Alexander is the author of 8 books and over 40 articles in real estate finance, law and theology, and community redevelopment. He serves as the director of the Project on Affordable Housing and Community Development. He also is the co-founder, general counsel, and director of policy and research for the Center for Community Progress. Professor Alexander has served as a Carter Center Fellow, a commissioner of the State Housing Trust Fund for the Homeless, and interim dean of Emory University School of Law. Professor Alexander teaches property, real estate finance, state and local government law, law and theology, and federal housing policy. In addition to receiving the Student Bar Association Outstanding Professor Award numerous times, he has also won the Ben F. Johnson Award for Excellence in Teaching, the Emory Williams Award for Distinguished Teaching in Professional Education, the Black Law Student Association Professor of the Year, and the Student Bar Association Award for the professor who best exemplifies the ideas of the legal profession on 8 occasions. Some of Professor Alexander's students have contributed these thoughts about his impact both inside and outside of the classroom. One said, "Professor Alexander truly invests in his students. He puts forth exceptional amounts of time and energy to make his courses interesting, relevant, and understandable. He also expresses the utmost concern for students' career paths and professional development outside of the courses." Of the many things that Frank Alexander makes him an outstanding professor is a splendid deftness in demanding the absolute best of his students while making them feel perfectly capable of achieving it. Another said, "Professor Alexander takes a sincere interest in his students and always takes the time for us. He really cares that we are learning and understanding the subject matter he teaches, but he also cares about us beyond the classroom." Professor Alexander treated every student as a professional. He demanded excellence from us every day and treated each of us as if we were experts, even as first-year law students. Once in a lifetime, we meet a professor who not only teaches us the substance of law, but also the power of law to do good in the world, how to synthesize matters of conscience with legal education. In first-year property class, we did learn about life estates and about easements. Yet even more memorable, we learned about the way property law can shape communities, transform justice, and impact lives. Professor Alexander's eye on the bigger picture pushed us to achieve more than law school success, but a higher standard of excellence. It is my great honor and pleasure to introduce Professor Frank Alexander, the Outstanding Professor of the Year.
Thank you. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you, class of 2010. This is indeed an honor, a wonderful gift to me by you, the members of the 2010 graduating class of Emory Law. I appreciate it very much. This honor is commonly known among the faculty, among my colleagues, as the Rich Freer and John Whitty Award, as they are the perennial recipients of it. It's an honor and privilege for me to be recognized with them. There are 2 things that characterize your brief time as law students. Indeed, 2 things that characterize all of our lives. The first of these is the gift of uncertainty, and the second is the freedom of commitment. The first of these, the gift of uncertainty, is the fact that each of us hungers in the depths of our souls, in our lives, in our classroom performance, for certainty and predictability. Each of us longs to know the correct answers, to know what tomorrow will bring, to know who will be by our side when the day is done. Your generation, more than any in recent decades, however, is one that has come of age in a time of uncertainty, a time that lacks all predictability. Your identities were profoundly shaped by the transformative moment in time of 9/11. You elected to come to law school at the height of one of the strongest economic booms in recent years, only to see in the second year of law school one of the greatest collapses of our lifetimes. We all make plans, and we should. But you have learned at a young age that planning is ultimately just that, a sense of what might be, while having to grasp firmly that things will be different than we plan. In my own life, I've tended to have plans of what I would do, what I would become when I grow up. My favorite pastime at home was always when our sons were young, sitting around the dinner table and taking turns asking, what do we want to be when we grow up? Because I always wanted to be a part of that game. I still do this on a regular basis, only now it's with my grandchildren instead of my children. Yes, there is a certain magic to the Peter Pan in each of us. I never planned on becoming a lawyer, much less a law professor. I certainly never anticipated focusing on real estate finance. And if anyone had told me when I was a first-year law student that I would spend weeks and months and years working on vacant and abandoned and tax-delinquent properties in our inner cities across the country, I would have dropped out of law school in the middle of my first year. The uncertainty, which is a hallmark of all of our lives, is a great gift. Uncertainty is that which allows a chance encounter with another person to be a pivotal moment that changes everything, frequently bearing fruit many years later. I can think back upon very specific chance encounters, brief conversations, many years ago that profoundly changed the course of my life and my work. The gift of uncertainty is that it allows us to realize that every moment, every relationship, every event may indeed hold the mystery of the future, the seed that will blossom in ways we do not yet know. We are indeed all up in the air and should see in the next flight on the departure board a range of infinite possibilities. Your desire, our desire to know the future, to plan our past is entirely human. The gift of uncertainty allows us to discover the possibilities of the unplanned moments. Justice Holmes observed that the certainty of law is an illusion and repose is not the destiny of humanity. An equally wise attorney in Tallahassee, Florida, Ms. Vicki Weber, recently said it in a more personal way. Do not let the fear of the unknown obscure your excitement about your future opportunities. The second thing that characterizes your brief career in the law thus far is an ironic hesitancy about making commitments. This too simply comes from being human. We long for the commitments of job security, of professional identity, of deep personal relationships. At the same time, however, we are deeply afraid of commitments, for we fear that any commitment entails a loss of future choices, a loss of flexibility, a loss of autonomy. We are told not to close any doors and to keep all options open. We want others to make commitments to us while we insist on maximum choices. This ambiguity of choices on the one hand and commitment on the other is what makes us fragile, vulnerable human beings. If we aren't careful, however, this ambiguity will lead to isolation. 15 years ago, I had the privilege to begin working with residents in a local housing project then known as East Lake Meadows, one of the most violent and deteriorated housing projects in the country. I did not know what I was doing. I did not know what to expect. I did not know what the outcome would be. I did, however, make a commitment to Ms. Eva Davis, the president of the Residents Association, to be by her side. Over the next 5 years, we worked together on a weekly, almost daily basis. This commitment to Ms. Davis freed me to learn from her, to learn from all of the residents at East Lake Meadows, far more than I ever dreamed about life, about law, and about myself. Freedom, I suggest, is not found in the preservation of choice, but in a commitment to that which you have chosen. It is the chance encounters in life, the relationships that begin as small seeds, the job opportunities that seem so different than we had planned, that we can make commitments and discover freedom of which we never dreamed. A commitment to a person, to a task, to a community, allows us to serve, and in so doing, to discover ourselves. It is in serving the commitments we make and in making the commitment of service that we can become truly free. If the gift of uncertainty and the freedom of commitment are the two things that characterize your careers in the law thus far, let me suggest briefly 3 things I hope you will embrace dearly as your life in the law moves forward. These 3 things are gratitude, tears, and dreams. Your presence here at Emory has been a wonderful gift to me and to much of the law school community and all of the law school faculty. I know that we shall never forget you, and I hope that in the months and years to come, you will remember us and occasionally give us a call or send us an email to let us know the paths you travel. You are each a glorious gift to each other, to your classmates, and to your families. As you are a gift to so many others, remember that your life has been filled with gifts. You have been given the gift of life, of nurturing, and of support. On this day, the day after Mother's Day, we recognize and give special thanks to all of the mothers who have sacrificed so much and given so much for all of us to be here. We also recognize that, yes, for all the mothers. We also recognize that each of you has been blessed with the skills and the capacity to master the intricacies of the law and the privilege of entering the legal profession. This gift of legal analysis and of access to the bench and the bar is a wonderful recognition of your talents, of the opportunity for you to give to others. The legal profession is first and foremost a service profession. Service is the gift you give back. You may give this gift to specific individuals. You may give it to entities in creating new structures, new transactions. You may give it in the formation of public policies, locally, nationally, or internationally. Rest assured that in whatever form your work in the legal profession may take, it should always be understood first and foremost as service. These and many other gifts have been given to you. The task is how you use these gifts. Gratitude is the acknowledgement that our achievements are never ours alone, that everything we do is in large measure made possible by the gifts of others. In the words of Deuteronomy, we all inhabit flourishing cities we did not build, houses filled with all kinds of good things we did not provide, wells we did not dig, and vineyards and olive groves we did not plant. I pray for each of you that your lives will be filled with an overwhelming sense of gratitude as you respond to these gifts and with these gifts. Ultimately, it matters less what gifts you have been given. It matters greatly what you do with the gifts you have been given. There is a tendency, at least among the male portion of our species, to view tears as things we're supposed to hide, as emotions and as signs of weakness. The law, I confess, seems to have a particularly hard time making room for the possibility of tears. I have now come to believe, however, that our tears are in reality a gift themselves, for they are a sign of our humanity. Tears occur at our failures. I don't mean to wish upon you, and certainly not today of all days, more failures in life. For I'm deeply convinced that each of us has already failed in some way in the past and will fail at different ways in the future. In my own work in the East Lake Meadows housing project, we ultimately had to turn to litigation to seek to enforce the rights of the residents. But we were unsuccessful. When I left the courthouse to tell Ms. Eva Davis of my failure, with tears in my eyes, she smiled with her incredibly gracious smile, patted me on the shoulder and said, "Mr. Frank, that's okay. We never thought we would win. What makes the difference is that you were here with us and you tried." What I do pray for each of you is that your tears at failure can water the seeds of success. Do not be afraid of failure, for it means you are indeed trying to succeed. In the words of President Carter, the only real failure is never to try. Tears also occur when we allow ourselves to become vulnerable to the lies of others. The law, as we commonly experience it, is used to create boundaries, shields, barriers. The law can also, however, be that which creates and strengthens relationships, which protects and preserves. It may indeed seem strange to suggest that tears are a necessary element in your life in the law, but that is precisely what I hope for as you go forward. Tears are a sign of our humanity, our intimate and inescapable bond to one another, our mutual vulnerability. Be they tears of sadness or tears of joy, I pray that each of you will have your tears and will claim your tears, for therein lies the tender touch of life and the life of another. Years ago, you dreamed of law school and of becoming a lawyer. You have now fulfilled that dream, and I hope you've begun to dream of far greater things for the years to come. Dreams of family, of vocation, of service, of a new society. These are the things that ultimately define who you are. I pray that you will set your dreams high, for it is by dreaming of new things that the world is changed. As Robert Kennedy said, in paraphrasing George Bernard Shaw, some people look at things as they are and ask why. Others dream of things as they never were, and ask why not. I thank you for this gift to me, the class of 2010, and I pray these following things for you as you move forward. That you will embrace the gift of uncertainty as infinite possibility. That you will see in the opportunity for service the possibility of freedom. That you will receive with gratitude all of the gifts you have been given, and that an ever-present gracious heart will define your vocation. That you will have tears at times of hurt and times of joy, tears to be shared with the lives of others, tears which reveal your soul and define your humanity. That your dreams will never be diminished or destroyed by the failure to become reality. That you will hold dear to dreams that allow each of you to make this world a better place, to do justice, to love mercy, and to walk humbly with your God. Thank you, and may God be with all of you from this day forward.
Frank, thank you for those words. Thank you for your service. I want to make an announcement this morning. The faculty know this. Professor Alexander has been awarded the Sam Nunn Chair in Ethics and Professionalism. Let's have a round of applause. I think you know that no one could be more deserving of that chair. And I want to thank Rachel for your words, and a special thanks to Jason Estevez for just a wonderful year as President of the Student Bar Association. I don't know whether I complied with all of Stacey Tollis's demands, by the way. I don't think she'd let me get away with anything unfulfilled on that side. Now, the time has arrived, as you may see, where you will cross the stage and be hooded, and you will emerge as a graduate of this great school. Your class has selected again our distinguished Sam Nunn Chair in Ethics and Professionalism, Frank Alexander, to perform the hooding. Some graduates have requested the hooding to be performed by a member of the legal profession who has a close, supportive and influential role in their lives. And they will also join us on the stage at that time. Assistant Dean Catherine Brokaw will invite each graduate to cross the stage. Please take your time. This is a time to savor. It's once in a lifetime. It's a photo opportunity. So please enjoy these moments. Thank you.
Dean Partlet, members of the faculty, honored guests, I present to you the recipients of the following degrees. The names will be called in groups by degrees and certificates awarded. Receiving the degrees of Doctor of Law and Master of Business Administration, Todd Franklin Chatham. Todd will be hooded by his father, Henry Chatham, Harvard, class of 1972. Paul Enrique Paloma. Paul will be hooded by his mentor, Philip Reese, Emory Law, class of 1976. Jonathan Goltzer. Jonathan will be hooded by his sister, Luba Goltzer, Emory Law, class of 2001. Andrew James Cult. Adam Michael Herman Linkner with high honors. Adam will be hooded by his friend, Stephen Johnson, Emory Law, class of 2009. Shazad F. Rupani. Shazad will be hooded by his friend Brandon Schechter, Emory Law, class of 2009. Sean Charles Ryan. Receiving the degree of Master of Laws, Asad Aftab. Ting Jung Chen. Michihito Iseda. Po Chun Lin. Po Chun Lin. Si Wu. Man Shi Shu. Wen Ting Yao. Chen Zhao. Receiving the degree of Doctor of Law, Jeffrey Daniel Abrams, with honors. Sherry Akande, with honors. Sherry will be hooded by her friends, Shiju Kadri, Emory Law, class of 2009, and Barbara Bridges, Columbia, class of 2009. Gideon Isaac Alper, with honors. Olachi Chikatara Amadi. Rachel Abena Emporful. Chantel Latoya Aris. Chantel will be hooded by her best friend, Leslie Horton, NYU, class of 2008. Christy L. Ayat. Jonathan H. Azoff. Carson Hughes Bacon. Adam Patrick Balthrop, with honors. Katie Lamb Balthrop, with honors. Sarit Claire Barhan. Christopher Michael Barr. Christopher will be hooded by his brother, Matthew Barr, Indiana, class of 2006. Sylvia Maria Bass. Sylvia will be hooded by her father, Tucker Hobgood, UGA, class of 1983. Richard Brent Bates, Jr., with honors. Brent will be hooded by his father, Richard Brent Bates, Sr., Oklahoma, class of 1977. Jennifer Ann Bauer. Tricia Ann Beckman. Tricia will be hooded by her father, Richard Beckman, GW, class of 1974. Christine Marie Blue, with honors. Drew Thompson Bell, with honors. Drew will be hooded by his father, G. Thompson Bell III, Dickinson, class of 1980. Ashley Bollet. Rebecca Charlotte Bloom. Matthew Jared Blumenstick. Matt will be hooded by his father, Larry Blumenstick, New England, class of 1976. Jennifer Elizabeth Bluver. Jennifer will be hooded by her father, Howard Bluver, Buffalo, class of 1982. Dina Ann Bouchard. Dina will be hooded by Professor Frank Vandal. Jenna Maria Bowen. Jenna will be hooded by her sister, Lindsay Bowen, Vanderbilt, class of 2007. Sharonda Helen Boyce. Tyler Harris Bridgers. Tyler will be hooded by his uncle, Daniel F. Bridgers, John Marshall, class of 1976. Nicole Anne Marie Brisbane. Amanda Lynn Burns with honors. Wei-Lin Chen. Jessica Sarah Cohen. Jess will be hooded by her cousin, Lisa Byer Sims, Emory, class of 2004. Thomas Andrew Cooper with honors. Patricia Cordero. Patricia will be hooded by her father, Carlos Cordero, University of Panama, class of 1975. Jennifer Michelle Cox. Dustin Lee Crawford. Brian Joseph Creedon. Lauren Elizabeth Chrisman. Tessie Diana Cross. Valerie Rose Warner Dannon with honors. Taylor Lane Davis with honors. David Dana Day. Marguerite Lee Duvall. Marguerite will be hooded by her friends Neil Shaw and Adam Herring, both Emory, class of 2009. Elizabeth Lauren DeVore. Liz will be hooded by her friend Richard Tillery, Emory, class of 2009. Gregory Wright Dewan. Anna Katerina Dean with honors. Anna will be hooded by Professor Frank Vandal. Richard Alexander Driftmeyer.
Thank you so much.
Ricardo Arturo Duarte. Ricardo will be hooded by his cousin, Jorge Gonzalez, SMU, class of 1994. Erin Nicole East with high honors. Jason Fernando Estevez with honors. Jason will be hooded by a mentor, William K. Whitner, Yale, class of 1996. Francesca Eugene. Brian James Ewart. Chad Anthony Flores. Chad will be hooded by his brother, Joe Flores, Tulane, class of 2008. Tripoli Alay Freeman. Danielle Elizabeth Friedman with honors. Alexander Philip Fuchs. Christian Alexander Gant. William Warren Gill with honors. Drew Gilliland. Frederick Jewel Glasgow III with honors. Ross Jared Goldband. Brandon Corey Goldberg. Ashley Blair Graham. Jung Chul Ha. J. Borhan Hyder. Emily Lauren Ham with honors. Benjamin Durwood Hatch with honors. Kevin Damian Hayes. Courtney Ann Henderson. Courtney will be hooded by her mentor, Ben Smith, Atlanta Law, class of 1988. Christopher James Hennon. Joseph Robert Hicks with honors. Michael Allen Holcomb. Colin Patrick Holloway. Anne Elizabeth Holth. Christine Elizabeth Hom with honors. Henry Ely Shue. Gloria Dermay Huang. Ryan Scott Hudson. Simone Nicole Jenkins. Luther Ryan Jennings with honors. Alec Robert Johnson with honors. Willa Beth Kalajian. Willa will be hooded by her grandfather, Edward Kalajian, Columbia, class of 1947. Benjamin Bartholomew Candy. Myung Park Kang with honors. Thomas Jefferson Kerr with honors. Richard Allen Kenchelo with honors. Deepthi Kishore with honors. Maximilian Paul Klupchek with honors. Max will be hooded by his uncle, Michael Ganser, Dayton, class of 1981. Sonia Fatima Lakhani. Matthew Arthur Laws with honors. Matt will be hooded by Professor Tina Stark. Margaret Murphy Leary. Meg will be hooded by her brother, Daniel Leary, Cornell, class of 2008. Christopher Ryan Lee. Rena Elizabeth Lee. Ryan Lee. Claire Sungyun Lee. Sharon Lee with honors. Miles Daniel Lavelle with honors. Daniel S. Levitas with honors. Danny will be hooded by his friend and mentor, Brian Spears, Golden Gate, class of 1975. Matthew William Liebenson with honors. Matt will be hooded by his parents, Stacy Selden, Hofstra, class of 1979, and Jeff Liebenson, NYU, class of 1981. Rena Shoshana Liebling.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Mandissa Fayola Logan. Thomas Manuel Lopez. Ronnie Morris Lott with honors. Daniela Patricia Main. Daniel Scott Mayland. Dan will be hooded by his father, Robert Mayland, Florida, class of 1975. Benton Christopher Martin with high honors. And a baby. Dominique Anida Martinez. Adam Mills Mazarek with honors. Adam will be hooded by his grandparents, Muriel August, Emory, class of 1976, and Carl Howe, Emory, class of 1952. Erin Elizabeth Mason. Vonda Christina Massa Moniz. Marcela Claudia Mateo Villanueva. Christopher Benjamin Matheson. John Lawrence Mays. Mark Jonathan McCrone with honors. Martha Elizabeth McLean with honors. Walker Chelik McMillan. Sean Malaninia. Charles Patrick Montgomery with honors. Julia Elizabeth Montgomery with honors. Janina Alexandra Muller. Alex will be hooded by Dean Brokaw. Valerie Marie Munafo. Caitlin Lee Murphy. Carmel J. Mushin. Carmel will be hooded by her boyfriend, Ariel Flyman, Emory Law, class of 2008. Paula Nagarajan with honors. Esther Sarah Newworth. Craig Nathaniel Nidick. Brandy Fluker Oakley. Brandy will be hooded by her mother, Brenda Fluker, Tulane, class of 1978. Courtney Ann O'Donnell. Jonathan Oring with honors. Matthew William Olenzak with honors. Matthew will be hooded by his father, Wayne Olenzak, St. John's, class of 1988. Angela K. Oliver. William Johnston Oppenheimer. Alexander Lee Orr with high honors. Miriam Rose Ostroff. Parul Harshed Parikh. Melanie Ann Paris. Alyssa Janice Parsons with honors. Alyssa will be hooded by her cousin, Kara Moreland, Denver, class of 2007. Peter Douglas Pashuko with honors. Nicole Susan Phyllis with high honors. Laura Elena Pizarello with honors. Brittany Alicia Pitts. Carlos M. Polanco III. Carlos will be hooded by his parents, Marie Delgado, Puerto Rico, 1997, and Ed Travis, Texas at Austin, class of 1951. Maya Prakash with honors. Janine Weil Privat. Daniela Margaret Prauser Lakeo. Maria M. Prushenska. Peter Allen Kerubin. Tara Ramanathan. Tara will be hooded by her uncle, Dr. Sundar Subramanyam, Suffolk, class of 2005. Kim Karina Ramelow. Nandini Rao, with honors. Dustin Leonardo Rapp. Matthew Ironside Rem. James Reyes. Timothy Daniel Reynolds, with honors. Robert Frederick Rhodes.
There you go, Tam.
Emma Christine Ricarte, with high honors. Roy Vance Richter. Wyatt Andrew Robinson. Michael Rosenblum. Mike will be hooded by his girlfriend, Shayna Stahl, Emory Law, class of 2009. Russell Blair Ross. John Joseph Runfola. Curtis Ramon Rushing. Danielle Beatrice Russell. Junaid Savani with honors. Dong Un Shin. Daniel Eric Shulak with honors. Drew Kendall Shoemate. Jared Solomon Siegel with honors. Jared will be hooded by his stepmother, Suzanne Merrill, Nova Southeastern, class of 1981. Lindsay Jacqueline Sklar with honors. Lindsay will be hooded by her boyfriend, Stephen Johnson, Emory Law, class of 2009. Adam Philip Smith. Jessica Lynn Smith. Nathaniel Lee Smith with high honors. Rustin Lee Smith. Zara Alexis Smith. Zara will be hooded by Professor Alexander and her friend Nicholas Bedford, Emory, class of 2009. Sean Christian Sabatka. Thomas Cullen Stafford with honors. Joshua Airy Stern. Samantha Allison Stilp. Michael James Taylor. Brandon Alexander Thomas. Anastasia Tolos Kane, with honors. Stacy will be hooded by her mentor, Christy Seidenberg, Emory Law, class of 2000. Kimberly Marie Tracy. Erica Levine Tritt, with honors. Erica will be hooded by her father, Jeffrey Levine, Wayne State, class of 1980. Caitlin Joy Tubergen. Caitlin will be hooded by her mentor, Wayne Halper Cardozo, class of 1979. Chelsea Walbridge Tulis Lester, with honors. John Thompson Turner, Jr. Franklin Zing. Matthew Eli Uretsky. Justin Kyle Victor. Justin will be hooded by his uncle, Jay Kaplan, Wayne State, class of 1985. Sherry Naomi Watts. Sherry will be hooded by her best friend, Lily Brown, Emory Law, class of 2009. Margaret Noble White, with honors. Alex Joseph Whitman, with honors. Elizabeth Rainbow Willard, with high honors. Amanda Elizabeth Wilson, with honors. Amanda Noel Wilson. Devon Elizabeth Winkles, with honors. Justin Jeweler Wiseman. Justin will be hooded by his mother, Robin Jeweler, GW, class of 1976. Jonathan Andrew Wright.
Take what you have.
Sean Ryan Yancey. Philip Samuel Yarbrough with honors. Connie Kang-hee Yoon. John Yu. Shahed Zaman. Melissa Ann Zlotnick. Melissa will be hooded by her father, Gary Zlotnick, Villanova, class of 1982. Receiving the degrees of Doctor of Law and Master of Public Health, Simeon Niles. Pamela Rosen. Stephanie Winston. Stephanie will be hooded by her uncle, Bill Brubaker, UVA, class of 1986. Receiving the degree of Doctor of Law and Master of Theological Studies, Amos Prosser Davis. I don't know. Okay. I apologize. My sheet is in the wrong order. Receiving the Doctor of Law degree and the Tiger Program Certificate in Intellectual Property, Jamie Roberta Anderson. Stephen Mark Balkoff with honors. Brian Samuel Baum. Brian will be hooded by his father, Robert Baum, Seton Hall, class of 1971. Betty May de los Reyes. Akash Jeriwala with honors.
give them enough of a job.
Melissa Denise Johnson with honors. Melissa will be hooded by her cousin, the Honorable Dolores Boyd, UVA, class of 1975. Pyle Keshvani with honors. James Winston Kim. Megan Katie McEntee with honors. Douglas Edward McKay. Jeffrey Robert Murray. Nikhil Patel. Nikhil will be hooded by his wife, Lily, Penn State, class of 2002. Nancy Diane Rosenberg with honors. Nancy will be hooded by her sister, Laura Mendelson, Washington University, class of 2005. Andrew Garrett Strickland with honors. Andres Ernesto Velarde. Andres will be hooded by his mentor, Virginia Karen, Emory, class of 1992. Receiving the degree of Doctor of Law and the Transactional Law Certificate, Craig Demadiana Alamon. Eric Michael Astrin. Michael J. Barger with honors. Michael Jonathan Greenberg. Michael will be hooded by his brother, Robert Greenberg, Michigan, class of 2007. Michael David Jefferson. Michael Gregory Karamat with honors. Eric Lindsay Martinson. Vladimir Maslianchuk. Stephanie Ann Nadler. Raul Novoa Jr. Brio Porter. Paul William Puckett, with honors. Vaishali Satish Shaw, with honors. Hunter Reed Sharp, with honors. Sun Young Shin, with honors. Mario Signori. Daniela Silva. Ricardo Eduardo Villadent. Melissa Ellen Isagiri. And now to receive the degree of Doctor of Law and Master of Theological Studies, Amos Prosser Davis. Amos will be hooded by his parents, the Honorable Laura Prosser Davis, LSU Class of 1991, and Amos Hughes Davis, Loyola, New Orleans, Class of 1978. Trevor Glenn Pinkerton, with honors. Trevor will be hooded by his father, Glenn Lewis Pinkerton, Columbia, Class of 1986. Crystal Dawn Stevens. Stephen David Wire. Dean Bartlett, members of the faculty, honored guests, it is my great privilege to present to you the great class of 2010.
I have a first word and a last word, and I do want to thank Celeste Katz for the wonderful work that she's done. Celeste. Thank you for joining us here today on behalf of the faculty, and please enjoy the remainder of the day in fellowship and celebration. Be safe in your travels. Thank you.